Hi there, welcome to Outdoors and Country Living. I'm LeeAnn, and today we're in the kitchen pickling some bell peppers. We've had quite a large harvest of bell peppers this year from our high tunnel. So in order to preserve them, I'm going to slice them into 1/4-inch thick slices and then pickle them in some pint jars. So why don't you come along with me and see what's in this pickling mixture. I think it's gonna be really good. So to begin with, you want to wash your peppers. We have a variety of bell peppers over here in the sink. This is about my 4th sink full of peppers that I've been working on. We're gonna core them, take the seeds out, and devein them as much as possible. I like to rinse them to make sure all of the seeds are out. And then we're gonna be slicing them into 1/4-inch slices and placing them in a big plastic bowl. So I just like to use a thin paring knife to slice my peppers into 1/4-inch pieces. They're not perfect, but approximately 1/4-inch. Once I get the bowl filled up, then we're gonna sprinkle some kosher salt over top of this and put it in the refrigerator for about 24 hours. The salt on top of the peppers helps draw out the extra water that's in the peppers and also softens them a little bit so they're easier to fit into the pint canning jars. When I'm cleaning the peppers, I like to just slice one of the ends off. Sides, however you want to look at it. And then just pull out your peppers, seeds, and the veins. That one's pretty clean. I probably won't rinse that one. And then I take my knife and go around the stem. Pop that out of there. And then just clean it up a little bit. If there's a lot of seeds in there, then I'll just rinse it under this kitchen sink to get them out. Nice and clean. Once you get all the peppers sliced up, you're gonna wanna sprinkle some kosher salt over the top. This again helps draw out the water that's in the peppers. Then we're gonna put a lid on this container. Whatever kind of container you use for these peppers, you wanna make sure it's a non-reactive container. Plastic is best. And that also fits nicer in your refrigerator typically. So I'm just gonna shake this up a little bit. And we're gonna put this in the refrigerator for at least 24 hours, so there is a little bit of prep work that you need to do as far as preparing your peppers for canning. So work on slicing them one day and then canning them the next. This is a container of peppers that I had sliced up yesterday and added the salt to. So let's open it up and take a look at it. You can still see some salt residue on top, and you can see a bunch of liquid down here in this corner. I'm just gonna mix it up a little bit, and you can see how pliable and soft the peppers have gotten, which will make them easier to put into the jars. But we're just gonna take this, I'm gonna put it in this colander over here in the sink, and we're gonna rinse them really well and get that salt off as much as possible. All right, let's put this in here. See all that extra water coming off. Oops. And just start rinsing them here in some cold water. The recipe for this will be in the description box below, so make sure to check that out. The recipe originally only calls for about 4 to 6 bell peppers, if I remember correctly. Obviously, I have a lot more than that, so make sure you follow the recipe measurements in the description box if you're interested in making this. Just want to make sure you rinse them really well. I usually taste one after I've rinsed for a while just to see if they've been rinsed well enough. So once your peppers are rinsed and drained, you want to grab some pint mason jars and just start filling with peppers until about 1 inch to 1/2 inch of head space. I like to press them down in there just a little bit, just so I can get several peppers in one jar. Yeah, like that. I think it's very pretty and colorful. So I'll keep working on this, and then we will make the pickling mixture that goes on top. There's a lot of flavors going on in the pickling mixture, so stick around. All right, so here's all of the pint jars packed full of peppers. I wound up getting 21 pints. That was with 2 big batches of bell peppers sliced up. In here I've got some apple cider vinegar. I use the organic apple cider vinegar with the mother. As long as your vinegar is of 5% acidity, you can use the vinegar with the mother, or you can use regular vinegar, apple cider vinegar or regular, but our preference is apple cider. To this mixture, we're going to add some fresh dill. We went and picked this from our garden earlier today. We've got some salt, bay leaves, whole allspice, cinnamon bark, whole cloves, whole black peppercorns, and a little bit of sugar. We're going to add all that together. There's the sugar, whole cloves, black peppercorns, whole allspice, cinnamon bark, pink Himalayan salt. You can use whatever salt you'd like. Bay leaves, and our fresh dill sprigs. If you don't have fresh dill, you can use dill weed from the store or dill seed. We're going to bring this mixture up to a nice hot simmer, and then we will strain it to remove all of the herbs and spices. Let's get this turned on here. I'm going to start out at a medium heat just to get it nice and hot fairly quickly. And then once it's nice and warm, I'll bring you back and we'll strain it. The mixture has simmered for about 15 minutes. So now we're going to strain it. And I'm just using another large stainless steel bowl with a mesh strainer. These herbs and spices will just be discarded after this. And now we can use this pickling mixture to start filling the pint jars. I'm just going to take this hot pickling mixture and fill up the jars very carefully, leaving about 1 inch of headspace. Once the jars are filled with the pickling mixture, you want to take a damp rag and wipe the rims off, just to make sure there's no pickling mixture left over. Then you want to put on your lid or your flat and your ring, fingertip tight, just like that. Again, wipe each jar rim. Apply your lid and flat, fingertip tight. These will process in a water bath canner for 10 minutes. So it's the next morning, and these are the pickled peppers that we canned yesterday. And I'm finishing up the peppers that I had left in the refrigerator in the salt soak. So I'm waiting on the brine to get nice and hot, and then I will be filling these jars and processing them